What's good? What's good, everybody? Daddy Rooster 88 Motivate coming at you with another video. And tonight, I just wanted to talk to you guys about one of the hardest things I've ever done fitness wise was joining Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I came up with a list of 5 things that I wish I knew before I started BJJ. So let's get into it. So one of the first things I had to learn the hard way was that you are going to lose, and expect to lose, expect to go into it, expect to be humbled, especially if you came from an athletic background and you're used to overpowering people or just being more athletic than the average person. That usually can carry you through everything. But it does play a part in jiu-jitsu, but technique is just as equally important. So it's good to have both, but it's not necessarily required. So there's many people that are very smart and their really sound technique can take out a person that's much stronger, faster, and more athletic than them. So definitely go into it thinking that you never know. Could be a small guy, big guy, female, whatever it may be. Don't take anything for granted, and just expect to. Every role is different, and when you do end up being humbled with a loss, let's say, just take that as a learning experience. That's something that when you do lose, instead of beating yourself up, you just take that as a learning opportunity, and it's a way to show where you need to work on your game. It's just it's your teammates anyways, and it's your team, and that's the job of a good teammate, is to show you where you need to work on, and you as well can show your teammate what they need to work on. So it goes both ways, and let's just be humble about it. That's something that you're not going to win every single time. So expect to win some, expect to lose some. A second thing is that I learned, and I wish I knew, was that you can't just overpower somebody. And by overpower, I mean try to do crazy speed drill on somebody, or jumping around, or trying to do crazy flying movements. We call that a spazzy white belt. Somebody that's just spazzing out all over the place. When you spaz out, you're usually gonna gas out. So save your energy. Use your energy when you need it. When you need to escape. When you're practicing, you're practicing. It doesn't have to be an all-out war. And save your breath. That's gonna be very important if you find yourself in a tough situation where there's very little space to breathe. You don't want to be sucking in deep breaths. It's just going to wear you out. Your muscles are going to fatigue faster, and you will just end up not putting up a very good roll, and most likely you're going to lose. So that's the second thing. Third thing I wish I knew was how much conditioning I was going to need. That kind of goes hand in hand with the whole breathing aspect. I was definitely exercising before I started, but if there was something I could go back and redo, it would be my cardio. I did have cardio for a slow, long lasting cardio pace, but from what my experience so far I found is that you're going to be using a lot of bursts of energy, and your heart rate's going to be going up and coming back down, and you're going to find yourself almost, it's high intensity cardio. So what I've done is try to simulate that as best as you can on the treadmill, or you could do it outside. What you want to do is ramp up that intensity, get your heart rate up high. You'll go up levels, get almost to a full out sprint, and then for every 30 seconds you make it a little faster, so you get up to that sprint, and then you bring it back down, and then you say do a little slow jog or even a walk to simulate those times when you're rolling that you do find yourself on your feet, you're circling around, you're catching your breath. You might be the one on top and you're in the mount position or a side control. You can catch your breath during those times. And what I found is that if you do high intensity training, either a sprint, cardio exercise, or let's say from what I've heard, there's a bike, the air bike with the arms. Just go all out on that. Simulate 5-minute rounds usually, and that's gonna help you out a lot. That will help you a lot, and you're gonna find yourself less tired, less gassed out, and you'll have that energy for the end of class where you end up doing your sparring. So the third thing I wish I knew is wrestling. So wrestling does play a part in jiu-jitsu. There's takedowns. You got your single leg takedown, your double leg takedown. There's a couple other ones, but those do come into play. You as a player, jiu-jitsu player, you're gonna run into people that have wrestling backgrounds. So if you do know that, you're definitely at an advantage in the beginning. So try to develop some wrestling. If you don't have a wrestling background, try to develop 2 or 3 takedowns that you can use in your rolls. A lot of times you start on your feet, and you could either go to a traditional like judo takedown, or you can use a wrestling takedown. Whatever you feel comfortable with. It's always good to have that in the bag as an extra tool, as an extra way to get a takedown, which is points. So the fourth thing I wish I knew is how sore and how much flexibility I was going to need. Now, jiu-jitsu, a lot of times you're on your back, and then that is a contrast from wrestling. Now, wrestling, you don't want to be on your back. That would be considered a pin. Match is over. Now, jiu-jitsu, you're on your back a lot. You actually are in an offensive position when you're on your back. You're using your arms and your legs, and there's a lot of offensive submissions that you could do, things like that. But what comes with that is leg flexibility. So you're gonna find yourself in positions where you're trying to get a triangle choke, and you do need to extend your legs around your partner's head area, neck, and that requires a lot of flexibility. So going into it, I wish I had worked on leg, hip flexors, a lot of deep squats, a lot of stretching, just to develop that looseness in the legs. Being 50 years old, your flexibility goes down a little. So definitely think about that. And what goes hand in hand with that, as I mentioned, is the stretching. So if you could stretch before class and after class, it's going to make all the difference in the world. You're going to be less sore. You're going to go into it more flexible, and you're going to come out of it more flexible. And it's just a win-win all the way. So stretching goes along with your conditioning and the amount of soreness you're going to have. You might want to throw in an ice bath in there too. That'll help with any kind of inflammation, because you will hit an injury sooner or later. I mean, it's bound to happen. Probably something minor, muscle pull here or there, sore bones, whatever it may be. So you want to try to be in a good flexible shape. You want to be strong joints, muscles. So Weight training, if possible, would be the best case scenario in my opinion. It's going to keep your joints loosened up. It's going to make them strong, your muscles. All these things will help you to kind of prevent injury. I mean, there's no such thing as a foolproof thing, but it has been proven to help in that area. So the last thing I wanted to mention was the breathing. Just real to touch on it. I touched on it earlier, but breathing is so important. It allows your muscles to receive the oxygen that they need. It also allows you to remain calm. So you're going to find yourself in some uncomfortable spots. You're going to find yourself with a little bit of room to breathe, and you want to try to breathe through your nose. So in my experience, that's what I found, through my nose, out through my mouth, if possible. And it just kind of gives you that calmness that you need to think about what it is you have to do. You know, it's kind of like when you get into a situation and it's complete chaos, and you take a deep breath and you say, okay, all right, this is what I need to do. You know, that's similar right there. So, you know, practice breathing through your nose. Practice it while you're doing your cardio. Practice it whenever you can. You're going to find that it's going to help you out. In my experience, it has. And even goes back to the Gracie family. Was real big on breathing techniques. And it's just a proven thing in martial arts. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to mention those things for anybody out there that was thinking about, you know, going into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, especially at a later age like myself. I wish I would have known these things before I got into it. But if you don't know and you don't see this video till later, it's not the end of the world. Just know that the reason I mention all this is because sooner or later you're going to get to a point in your fitness journey where you're going to want to do something else to challenge yourself, you know, next level yourself. And, you know, jiu-jitsu might be it. It might be Spartan racing. I've done that myself. It might be some type of marathon running. You know, whatever it may be, people in fitness in general are always looking for that challenge, are always, you know, wanting a way to test themselves. And, you know, what better way than jiu-jitsu, which is a full body workout where you're burning calories and you're just it's making your mind, your mental game a lot stronger. So it does carry over in the rest of your life. I've mentioned this before. I just trained the other morning, and I had to go to work right away, right after, and I had a crazy busy day. And my boss called me up. He told me, "Hey, you're gonna get ready because there's gonna be a lot of work coming your way." And I said to myself, took that little breath. I said, "I got this. Don't worry." Hey, sure enough, one job at a time, control what you could control, and just plugged away little at a time. We talk about it because my boss, he actually trains too, and we said, "Hey, it helps, doesn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it does." I go, "That's why we train, remain calm in pressure situations," and it sure did that day. It was so obvious that that training has really impacted my life in a small way. And you know, I've barely been doing it a little bit over 3 months, and I could already see the effects. So if you're looking into it, I hope you saw this video. And if you are interested, look for a local school in your area. And hey, good luck to you, and welcome to the Brotherhood if you get in. If you don't, good luck to any fitness that you're trying to do. You know, I got you. Check me out on Instagram, Daddy Rooster 88 Motivate, for some daily motivation. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Daddy Rooster 88. Peace out.